Hello, it's Ashley here from One Stitch After Another. I do hope that everybody is well. It has been an age since I've seen you guys, spent any time with you, and if it's your first time here, thank you so much for visiting, and if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I've just been to look and have a really quick remember of what I actually filmed in my last video, which was the 23rd of March, and this year has not been a good year for me. And if you saw my last knitting podcast, you'll know that in January my mother passed away, and so many things have happened since then. I can't remember whether in the last podcast I'd slipped my disc or not. I've had some kind of back injury which has put me out of kilter, and then sadly in April my father-in-law passed away. So yes, it's fair to say that 2025 has been a year, and we're only in May. Thank you for your patience. Yeah, I can't believe it's been so long since I've uploaded. Life has just got in the way, I'm afraid. I've had some interesting little trips out, and I'll put a little bit of footage of some yarny things on now. only really short, but I'd never heard of this shop, Sustan Green, is it? It's a little bit like Flying Tiger. I think it's a Scandinavian brand, and I went to the one in Leamington Spa, and beautiful shop. I bought a little Easter decoration, but I was really impressed with the quality of the yarn that they'd got there. Little balls of 100% cotton, really good value, and I loved that rainbow wall of colour. And I thought, I'm not in the market for buying any yarn at the moment because I have been quite profligate, which I alluded to in last month's, or in March's podcast. But colourwork sweaters in cotton, that's the way to go, getting it from there. And they'd got other things like a little bit of mohair and what have you. Then the other event that I showed a little bit of footage of was Daffodil Sunday, which I filmed on my other channel, Paper and Twine. I live near, well, about 20 minutes or so away, there's a village called Monk's Kirby, which has got a lot of history associated with it, and it is the home of the Denby family, and every April they have a Daffodil Sunday, and we went along. I've never been before, and it was a lovely event, and there were craft stalls and food stalls, and there's a walk through the grounds of the Denby estate, woodland, showing all the daffodils. So that was lovely. If you want to go and have a look at that, go over to my other channel, Paper and Twine. That's quite an old video now. But I will show, I was going to do separate acquisitions, but I would just show this. I couldn't resist this. I was talking to a lady who was spinning, and you saw a little bit of footage in that video. I bought this really luxurious yarn. So it is hand spun baby camel and silk, and it's by Lynn Yeoman's Yarns. I'll leave her email in the description box. She doesn't have a website or anything, but if you're interested in knowing what she's got for sale, do contact her. But yes, how much is on here? I've got 292 yards. It's 4-ply, 86 grams. And you can see that I paid £18 for it. Just a little bit splurgy of me, but there's beautiful colours in here. There's a little bit of mauve, bright green. So I don't know whether I might do some kind of little wrap with it. I don't know, but yes, I'm very much looking forward. And it's so soft next to the skin, really nice. I'll come on to more acquisitions at the end. And now, whips. Let's talk about whips first. I have lots of whips in hibernation. I am currently working on stuff for my yarn bombing event. You've seen me work on my hexagons for my honeycomb, for my tree. I've probably done 10 hexagons now, 6 of which are stitched together. I've nearly finished the 11th. I think I'm going to need to do probably about another 7 or 8. Or I'm thinking I'm going to do 2 separate pieces and stitch them together, but I'm running out of time. Fortunately, it was going to be the 14th of June, which I think is the International Knitting in Public Day, but it's been put back until the 12th of July, for which I am very grateful. So yes, that is a whip. I take that to school with me because it's quite interesting. The other thing that I am now concentrating on, and has got to be my big project, I'll insert a photograph here. I am knitting a piglet by Claire Garland, Dots Pebbles, and I haven't made much progress yet, but what I can tell you is that I am enjoying what I am knitting so far. I've got no idea what this yarn is. It was donated to me from the yarn bombing cause. I've got 2 big balls of this that I'm holding double. It's got some kind of mohair in it, I think, and it's like a slight boucle, but the fuzz is giving a nice texture to it, actually. And I've done the back head and the left cheek and right cheek, I'm now working on the chin. So if I hold it up like that, these little holes here are spaces for the eyes, and this is going to be where the snout goes. Now, I've knit a Claire Garland pattern before, and I love her attention to detail. Her patterns are so well written and so well explained, and I wasn't quite sure what I was doing, so I've had to pick some stitches up along here and along these sides of the jaw here, and I wasn't quite sure, but she explains it, and there's photographs, and it's just so well explained. So I'm really looking forward to getting that finished, and hopefully it won't be so long before I come back and see you and the piglet will be finished. So the yarn bombing event, I have talked about this before, and again there is a video talking about the yarn bombing event. It's Alice in Wonderland themed because Lewis Carroll went to rugby school, and there's going to be 2 major installations outside, one of which is the Mad Hatter's Tea Party, which is on Jubilee Gardens. That's where all the trees are going to be yarn bombed. And then the other one is in the grounds of St Andrew's Church in Rugby. That's going to be the croquet match with Alice and the Queen and the flamingo croquet mallets. And I've seen some of the stuff that people have done, and I'm ashamed that I've not done more myself. As I say, it's just been an awful year, you know, 2 deaths in the family, a back injury, a potential fraud scam. Oh, I was at risk of losing my job as well, but I've actually secured a job for September, 2 days a week, permanent, doing what I'm doing now. Anyway, yeah, so I feel really bad that I've not done more, but you know, I can only do what I can do. But yes, a lot of the independent retailers are having little installations in their shop windows, which are based on the illustrations from Alice in Wonderland. So the piglet is for the illustration where Alice is in the kitchen with the Duchess, and the Duchess is making a pepper soup or something, and she's holding what looks like a baby wrapped up, but it's actually a piglet. So that's what I'm working on, and I have to say I'm really enjoying it. Anyway, that's enough about that. So, shall we come on to finished objects now? Let's first of all talk about what I'm wearing. I'm so pleased that I have finished this. I can't get it all in. This is the Boulevard Delur tee. I cast this on the 23rd of April, and I finished it on Monday, where are we? 12th of May. I blocked it, and today, Wednesday, the 14th of May, I'm wearing it for the first time. It's 100% silk. I showed this yarn in last month's video. I keep saying last month, it was May. And I was worried that I was going to run out of yarn. So I did the garment a lot shorter than the pattern suggested. And I'm glad that I did, because it's dropped amazingly in blocking. I could have done with actually making it even shorter. I had 7 skeins of this. I've got a whole skein left, and out of this 50-gram skein, I've only used 8 grams. So I've got quite a lot of that left, and I've got this left. And I thought some kind of little scarfy wrap thing. I might experiment with some kind of Sophie scarf. I know that that's in a thicker gauge than DK. I think it's in worsted weight, I'm not sure. But yes, I'm hoping that I will have enough to do something quite sweet with that. And again, silk, it is so soft. The only thing I would say that it's top-down construction. I loved this lace pattern. So 3 different types of flowers. This little stitch here is gorgeous. I loved that. Let me just tell you the name of the designer. It's Knitting for Breakfast. I will link the pattern in the description box anyway. A joy to knit. And in fact, I cast it on, as I say, I know it was a Wednesday the 23rd of April. Thursday the 24th of April, husband and I went on a much needed little mini break. I wanted to collect sea glass. So we went to Seaham, which is in the northeast of England on the North Sea coast, which is a bit brutal. But we were blessed with mild weather and sunny spells. Not as sunny as it is in the UK right now, but yeah, we didn't have any rain and it was lovely. And I did collect some sea glass. But I had this as my car knitting, and I'd made good progress on it actually, there and back. I don't think I did much knitting while we were actually away. We were away just for 3 nights. Seems a lifetime ago now. But yes, I love this. First time I've worn it, and I think it fits very well. There's an option to do short row shaping at the back or just to knit flat. I did the short row shaping. I've done the sleeves a lot shorter than suggested. I think in the picture they come to kind of like the elbow, but I like this kind of cap sleeve. So actually, after I'd finished the body and I picked up for the sleeves, I just did 2 rows of stocking stitch. I think the pattern says 45 rounds. And then I just did a little bit of rib. But yeah, I like it very much. Let's talk about, I've got 3 more finished objects, and one of them I'm not going to be able to get in shot. So in the last podcast, you saw a snail. I've done another snail. And again, it's the Aran Weight acrylic from Aldi, and then the same baby soft yarn, but in a different colour. And I didn't sew the shell on to this as well as I did the previous one. But this one does kind of, no, I was going to say he stands up, but he doesn't. So I've done that. Then I said that I was going to put this into hibernation. I haven't actually worn it yet. I have finished my grid line. I would tell a lie, I have. I wore it when we went up to the northeast. I wore it in the car because it was quite chilly. It's too warm for me to wear today. So in the autumn, you'll see me wearing it. In the end, I really enjoyed knitting this, and I just love the colours in it. This is Wonderland Walk from Lay Family Yarn. If I show you the detail at the back. So I loved it, and I was worried I was going to run out of yarn, but I didn't. I've got a little bit left, and I just love the detail, if I can get it in, on the shoulder. I didn't make any modifications to this. I did as the pattern suggested. Can you see there, here? I love that bit. But there were lots of variations. So I think there were 3 different lengths. I think there were different sleeve lengths and there were different neck widths. And yeah, I got there in the end. So I've done it. Really, really pleased. Really pleased with that. Oh, look. And you know, I'm really pleased with the tension. That blocked beautifully. So yeah, excellent. Really pleased with that. And then I have finished my habitations row. I'm so pleased with this because I think I cast this on. I can't remember whether it was the day after Boxing Day or whether it was New Year's Day. It was around that time. And I can't remember what date I cast it off. It could be after March the 23rd because that's when I last showed it. I don't think I can get it in. I might hang it on my washing line and photograph it and put it in at the end. But yeah, it is, I love it. Absolutely love it. Oh, it's got grass on it. So I took it outside yesterday. Yes. Look. I just can't get it all in, but it is done. And that was knit with Sher Irish yarn advents and a couple of minis from one of her flower bouquets. And I think the cream in the middle was Emma's practically perfect sock in cream. Yeah. So, oh, I love it. I just love it, love it, love it, love it. Love it. Yes, let me know. Now, let's do acquisitions next. So I alluded in the last video to the fact that I'd been quite profligate and I'd ordered the Sher Irish spring yarn box and the spring stitching box. So this is the spring stitching box. I've done a short of just opening it. I have filmed what's in this already, which is going to go in a floss tube. So I'm not going to show you everything, but just, it was a little pouch with this gorgeous Liberty fabric. I love this fabric. I would love a skirt or a little pretty shell top made with this fabric. I love it. It's got wild strawberries in it. Sorry if you can hear my coffee machine turning itself off. And just so beautifully made. And also a little needle book. This was all included, is a little notebook, which will be very handy. And I've bought an embroidery hoop. I'll show you one of the flosses actually. But when I've done some stitching, I will include what's in this box in that video. But just to give you a little hint. Isn't that gorgeous? Yes, so I've bought a pen. I don't know where I've put it. One of those pens that fades on fabric over time, and I'm just going to do some little bits of satin stitch on fabric with different colours, and everything came in little Liberty print pouches, which is just fabulous. Anyway, here we are on May the 15th, and I've had this for at least a month, and I've only opened 3 of my little skeins. This is the yarn spring box. I have ordered the Advent and Stitchvent from Sher Irish. Got 1 payment left to make because she didn't do a payment plan this year, so I've done it on PayPal, Pay in 3, because it was a considerable amount of money. But I got a project bag, and she's done her signature little tabs on the end of the ties. I've used this several times already, and in both of the stitch box and this box is little lavender pouches. Just love how she uses every little bit of fabric. Oh, that is so delicious. There is a little poem. It's called The Butterflies at Recital. I'll read this out to you. And this is by her son Christopher, who does all the artwork. It says, among the meadow grass tall, where bees buzz and lazy hoppers stall, just to take in the moment, in that golden light, in the torpor of the afternoon, in stolen moments of buttercream sunlight, grass speckled with blooms, who answered early summer's call. The buzz and flutter of dawn, pollens play a ballet in gilded light. The stream a chiming music, wind warm and calm. The butterflies at recital, and all the chorus of wings and patter and sigh. Above the meadow tall grass, where moth and marbled fly. Isn't that lovely? He's a very talented young man. And you know, at the side of my house, I've got a copse, and it's full of birds, and the bird song at this time of year is just beautiful. And then there's just like a little, this is called the Wildflower Ballet, 12 Days of Easter box. And yes, look, isn't it glorious? So we're going to take a little bit of time now to open these. And I have got more acquisitions to show you, one of which I'm really excited about. So I think this might have been day 1. I don't know, was it? No, this was day 3. But I think the colours in the yarn box are the same as the colours in the stitch box. So that was day 3. Put you down there, sort you out later. Is this day 2 or day 1? I just love it. I love her yarn so much. This is day 2. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I'm wanting to do kind of like top down sweater with a raglan sleeve, but like do stripes with a contrast solid colour. So that was day 2. And her yarn is just delicious. I mean, my eldest daughter did say after she saw my habitation throw that she'd like one. So I suppose I could use this to start one for her. Because all of Sherry's colours are kind of similar. This is day one. So we've got kind of like a pastel fade going on. Now, I'm sorry, there are 9 parcels to unwrap. Let me just go and grab some scissors. The cat's licking herself in our general direction. She's going to get very excited seeing all of these little parcels on the floor and little bits of there are little bits, little quotes. Oh, there's more in this than, yes, there's little quotes and little bits, but I think they're the same as what's in the stitch one, so I'm not going to repeat them now. So when I do the stitch one, you'll hear all the little bits. There's little quotes from literature to do with nature, organic rosehip tea, and everything's just wrapped up in beautiful tissue paper. Sorry for the crinkling. Oh my, look at this. Absolutely glorious. Absolutely glorious. So that is day 4. I'm going to put that down there. This is the fabric for day 5. And again, I'm going to keep all the little pouches. So I've got 24 little pouches because the threads came in one as well. And I am going to, I don't know when, I am going to do some English paper piecing. Oh, do you know, this is just worth every single penny. And, you know, I don't spend a lot on clothes. This is, you know, what I like to spend my money on. I've been lacking in energy, so I've got an innocent blue bolt, which has got spirulina and coconut and something else in it. It's very refreshing, actually. That is just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So that's day 5. Shall I read you one little quote, or have I kept you here enough? So let's see what this one is. This is from John Keats, and it's from On the Grasshopper and Cricket. It says, "The cricket's song in warmth increasing ever, and seems to one in drowsiness half lost. The grasshoppers among some grassy hills." Again, it's attention to detail. All the little quotes are just beautiful. So that's number 5. Yes, Kat is coming and having a look. If you hear crinkling, it'll be because she's found some tissue paper. So this is number 6. And she's just, again, the attention to detail. There's the fabric. And then she's kind of coordinated the tissue in the same colour hue as the fabric. The woman is a legend. Oh, you know, and I cannot tell you how soft this yarn is. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I think what I might do is lay the stitch and the yarn boxes side by, or, you know, line them up next to each other so we can see whether they're similar or not. Then number 7, I'm coming on to. That's the fabric for number 7. No, you can stop playing with that, Cat. She says, but Mum. My cat was 10 yesterday. It was her birthday. I can't believe I've had her for 10 years. She brings me such joy. Comment down below, do you have a pet that you absolutely adore? If so, tell me about them. Are they a cat? Are they a dog? Are they a rabbit? Are they a bird? How long have you had them? What are their quirks? That I love. There's some little speckles in there, but this ties in really nicely with my sweater, doesn't it? Do you know, I love this buttermilk colour. I had 2 weddings. I had a big event on Saturday, but it wasn't legally binding. We had a humanist wedding, and we had a registry office wedding a few days before, and I had the most beautiful dress from Monsoon that was a mixture of silk and linen, and it was in this colour. And I had a hat to go with it. I love that. That's really nice. Really, really nice. It's like Christmas. Yes, you see, I just haven't had the time to open one a day. And I can't believe that I've kept it all this time, actually. It's been looking at me saying, open me. I bet loads of you have switched off, haven't you? Oh, I love this. I absolutely love that. Isn't it gorgeous? Oh, the softness. I urge you, if you haven't ever bought any Sher Irish yarn, go and have a look on her website and buy a mini skein, because the quality, and it knits up. I mean, my habitation throw, I'm just thrilled with it. Absolutely thrilled with it. I haven't knit a garment in it. I did do a shawl for a friend using 3 skeins of Sher Irish in different colours. Yes, but I can well recommend, and she's such a lovely lady, so talented. I'll link her YouTube channel if you don't know her. She's very gentle. She lives in Devon, I believe, and quite often takes us on little walks near where she lives. She lives in the countryside. Oh, look. Oh, I love it. That is gorgeous. So we've got some like peaches, and the sagey green, and then the very pale pink. Beautiful, beautiful. Talking of pink, I had my hair dyed bright pink for my mum's celebration do. See, we didn't have that until the 19th of April. So that's, I think it'll be 4 weeks on Saturday since we had that. And that was some organising and making sure my dad was all right and everything. Got another tea bag. Dandelion, burdock and hawthorn. Nice. You see, all these little extras are just beautiful. We're nearly there on this, and then the other acquisition isn't going to take long to show. Now, this is a very highly variegated skein. Lots going on there, isn't there? Really like that. Really like that. And again, the softness of it. Have I put the little thing inside? Not that it really matters, but yes, I have. But there is some more gorgeous Liberty fabric. Wouldn't that make just such a gorgeous cushion? Yes, I'm going to definitely do some English paper piecing. What have I done with the scissors now? Here they are. So I do hope that you're all well. Share with me what you're working on. And are you a knitter? Are you a crocheter? Are you a stitcher? What craft brings you most joy? I have to say that while it's been a period of a little bit of mild depression, I think I've had, and a feeling of overwhelm, my crafting has brought me much joy and solace, and I'm very grateful actually that I'm able to do things that bring me such joy. This, oh gosh, I don't know which one's my favourite. Look at that. Absolutely delicious. Oh, and they smell nice as well. You know, some hand-dyed yarn has really got that kind of vinegary mordant smell sometimes. This, I don't know whether she sprays them with scent or something. That is gorgeous. Which has been your favourite so far? I like them all. It's hard to choose. And here is the last one, apart from the fact that we have got a 100-gram skein. Oh, that is so delightful. So it's a softer version of what we've just opened. It's got lilac-y grey, the sage, so Sher Irish, so delicate, so inspired by wildflowers. And yeah, Sherry, she won't be watching, but Sherry, you are an absolute legend when it comes to boxes and advents and things. And then I've still got this to open. Oh my word, that is a special skein, isn't it? So we've got lots of colours going on there. Absolutely beautiful. And a stitched ball band or skein band. Lovely. I'm going to need to find a really gorgeous special skein project for this. So it's 425 meters per 100 grams, and the minis, I think, are usually, her minis are about 80 meters per 20 grams. Oh, I love it. Then there's more. Oh, we've got a little needle keeper for double pointed pins when you're doing your socks. Oh, that's what it's like inside. Just everything's so beautifully made. Then we've got a little handmade soap. I don't use bar soap. Obviously I use shower gel in the shower, but these soaps are just delicious. I put them in my underwear drawers just to gently scent, but I will leave this in the box with the yarn so that will stay nicely scented. And then finally we've got a little Tealight. I won't get it out. Oh, do you know, that was worth every single penny. I am beside myself with joy. Now this is the final acquisition. The final acquisition. In the last podcast, I alluded to the fact that there was a buzz about the fact that Stitched by Mrs. D, the lovely Paula, was going on a woolly retreat to dye her first skein of yarn. So I showed the spuddle last time, and I know what I'm going to do with that. That is definitely a future plan when the yarn bomb event is finished. I think for the next 6 weeks I can't do anything except yarn bombing stuff. Yeah, so no casting on, but I have got 4 skeins, I believe, or maybe I only did get 3. Oh, I thought I'd got 4. I don't know. I have got Bootiful Bunting. Look at that. It's like a raspberry ripple ice cream, isn't it, almost? But all of my skeins are signed. I can't believe I got signed skeins. Don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. Really don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. Do you know, I've got so much knitting plans, so many knitting plans. I've got to start the hat for my husband's Christmas stocking. I've got to start all of my Christmas toys, but they can't be done until after whenever. I would love my poncho with the spuddle to be done for when I go on my next woolly retreat at the beginning of October with my friend Lou. And I might cast something on with this to take with me. Suggest something with either 3 or 4 skeins. I hope I've got 4. I need to look back and check. It might only be 3, but I'm sure they got 4. Is there one hiding in here? I don't know, but can you suggest something? I've got the 4-ply weight, so it's 425 meters per 100 grams. So I've got 1275, possibly 1700 meters. So I could do something quite nice. I might do a little gauge swatch because, you know, I think I would like to do that second chance sweater that I started with the Wonderland Walk, but it was too variegated. So I might do a little gauge swatch to see what the colour's like. Can you hear the crinkling? Well, my lovelies, I have kept you way too long, and I am so sorry that I've been missing in action. It's cheered me up talking to you guys, it really has. And I hope that you've enjoyed me prattling on. And it may seem really profligate that I've spent all this money on yarn. Indeed, it is profligate, but, you know, it's been a SHIT year, and I think I deserved a treat. And I like having nice yarn, and I make no apologies for being a yarn snob. But yeah, thank you for staying with me. And if you're still here, leave me a green heart in the comments, and I may do a little giveaway of something. I may. I'm going to rescue this tissue from the cat, clear up all this mess, and get this video edited. And I do hope it'll be before another 2 months before you see me. At least I had lots to show you this time, didn't I? And take care. Bye.